Soil types. You all know that soil is formed by weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks produces small particles of various materials, which include sand and clay. The relative amount of sand and clay depends upon the rock from which the particles were formed, that is, from the parent rock. What is soil now? How to define soil? Soil is the mixture of rock particles and humus. Living organisms such as bacteria, plant roots and earthworm are also important parts of any soil. The soil is classified on the basis of the proportion of particles of various sizes. If the soil contains greater proportion of big particles, then it is called sandy soil. What is sandy soil? Soil containing big particles in them is called as sandy soil. If the proportion of fine particles is higher, then we call them clayey soil. Which are the types of soil now? Sandy soil, clayey soil. One more type is there, loamy soil, and others we shall study later on. Coming to sandy soil and clayey soil, what is the difference between these two? The size of the particles in the soil has an influence on its properties also. According to the size of the particles, the properties differ. Sand particles are quite large. You might have seen, isn't it, children? You might have seen the sand particles. The particles are quite large. They cannot fit close together. Therefore, there are large spaces between them. And these spaces are filled with air. So, we can say that sand is well aerated. Water can drain quickly through the space between the sand particles. That means water, if you pour water into the sand, it moves quickly into the particles or in between the particles and it can flow out. So the sandy soil tend to be light, well aerated, and it is dry also. Coming to clay, clay particles are much smaller than the sand particles. And these particles are packed tightly together. So there is little space for air. Of course, there is space between the particles, and compared to the sand particles, the space between the clay particles is less and it has got air in it. Water can be held in the tiny gaps between the particles of clay. So, clay soil have less air and more water. Water holding capacity is more in case of clay soil. So, only it is heavy as they hold more water than the sandy soil. One more type of soil is silt soil. The size of the silt particles is between those of sand and clay. Okay, silt soil occurs as deposits in river beds. The next type of soil is loamy soil, which is the best topsoil for growing plants. It has a mixture of particles of sand, clay and silt. So, which is the best soil for growing plants? It is loamy soil. The loamy soil has humus in it and has right water holding capacity for the growth of plants. One more soil is peat soil. It is the accumulation of partially decayed vegetation or organic matter. It is unique to natural areas called peatlands. The next type of soil is chalky soil, means it has rich content of lime. It is made up of calcium carbonate. Now we all understood the types of soil. Which are the types of soil? Sandy soil, clayey soil, silty soil, loamy soil, peat soil or peaty soil, and chalky soil. Let us study about the properties of soil. First of all, percolation rate of water in soil. What do you mean by percolation rate? It is the time it takes for water to flow from the top of the soil to the bottom of the soil. It is also known as drainage rate. Now, you have studied about the sandy soil. In case of sandy soil, the particle size is larger and it has more space between the particles. So, percolation rate of water is more in case of sandy soil. Next, we have to study about absorption of water by soil. What is absorbency? It is how much water the soil can contain or hold at any one moment. It is known as absorption of water. So, water holding capacity or absorption of water is high in case of clayey soil. Isn't it, children? Moisture content of soil. If you have ever passed through a farmland during a hot summer, you might have noticed that the air above the land is shimmering. Shimmering means shining with a soft and slightly wavering light. Have you all got the experience? Okay, why is that so? Because on the hot summer day, the vapor coming out of the soil reflects the sunlight and the air above the soil seems to shimmer. So, water has got moisture content also. So, because of the hot summer, because of the temperature, the vapors come out of the soil and reflect the sunlight. Soil and crops. We know that different types of soil are found in different parts of our country. In some parts of our country, there may be clay soil or it may be loamy soil. In some other parts, it may be sandy soil. So, soil is affected by wind, rain, temperature, light and humidity. These are the climatic factors which affect the soil profile. So, these climatic factors bring changes in the soil structure also. So, we have to understand that the components of the soil determine the various types of vegetation and crops that might grow in any region. Clay soil and loamy soils are suitable for growing cereals like wheat and grams because it has good water retaining capacity. For paddy, soils rich in clay and organic matter and having a good capacity to retain water are ideal. So for paddy, clay soil with organic matter in it is very good. For lentils and other pulses, loamy soil is required because it must drain water easily. For lentils, If more water is there, then it will decay. So, loamy soil which can drain water easily are required. For cotton, sandy soil or loamy soil is suitable because it drains water easily and can hold plenty of air within the soil particles. Crops such as wheat are grown in the fine clay soil because clay soil has humus and are very fertile. Now, did you all understand about the crops which are grown in different types of soils? Yes, according to the composition of the soil, according to the particles of the soil, different types of crops are grown in different soils. Now, a major threat to the soil is soil erosion. What do you mean by soil erosion? It is the removal of land surface by water, wind or ice. The top layer of the soil will be washed away by water or wind. Plant roots firmly bind the soil. But if there is absence of plants, soil becomes loose. So it can be moved by wind and flowing water, or it is carried away by wind and flowing water. Erosion of soil is more severe in areas of little or no surface vegetation. When there is no vegetation or when there is less vegetation, we can see more soil erosion going on. In places such as desert or barren lands, we see soil erosion. How can we prevent soil erosion? We must not cut the trees. We have to grow more grass on the surface of the soil. Top layer of the soil must not be exposed. Hence, we can prevent soil erosion. That means the top layer will not be carried away by the wind or flowing water. If more plants are there, the roots of the plants will bind the soil. So, soil remains in its place. Deforestation should be prevented and effort should be made to increase the green areas. What do you mean by deforestation? Cutting of the trees and making the land barren is known as deforestation. About this, you will be studying in your higher classes. Hope everybody have understood this lesson.
Mommy.